All right, we're live.
Flock Note Sunday.
For the warning.
Flock Note Sunday.
Flock Note Sunday.
It's all about the flock.
I think according to Flock Note, we might be the first church to have a Flock Note Sunday.
Flock
Apparently
Note.
they weren't ready for as intense as we've embraced Flock Note here at St. Jude Church. Flocknote.com.
No
That's
one
pretty-
flock notes like
that's
St.
pretty
Jude flock.
And
flocking
Flock Note
awesome.
made us coloring pages for the kids, so super
I
exciting.
think
there.
that's
Yeah.
cool. You like called them like, I need coloring pages. They're like, we don't have coloring pages, but we will make you. I'm like, that's fantastic.
Totally did.
That's
So
amazing.
exciting.
100%.
I think we could have made our own better, but Flock Note's not watching.
I don't know.
Or are they?
Hashtag Flock Note.
Shout out to all of our friends at Flock Note. We'll have to tag them.
We had to put Holy Heroes in on this now too.
But this is our bulletin cover, QR code included. Basically, we're having everybody sign up at stjudechurch.flocknote.com.
I really like what you did with the bottom banner listing some different either ministries or programs that we use. I
Yeah, we
like
got
that.
Amazing Parish, the little Uno from Flocknote, Word on Fire Engage,
Mhm.
which we also belong to regular Word on Fire. But then we have Edge. That's what the cross goes with Edge.
Yep.
Kind of a little bit misleading there. Part of Life Teen and Purpose, which is also part of Life Teen for our confirmation. So,
Yep.
yeah, a lot of stuff on the cover.
Also, the studio looks amazing. Shout out to Diana. She heard the call last week. She came in and dusted. It looks so good.
We should have made our colors purple and blue, though, to match our Flocknote stuff. It would have been fun, but
Oh, well.
next time.
Next time, indeed.
So, again, inside the bulletin, kind of usual on the left.
Yep.
More or less. I mean, the only thing I can say is the offertory is a little bit low. So if anybody has an extra $1,300 they want to throw in this week, that would be nice.
Please and thank you.
I'd like to try to have 10 grand over there. But anyway, time and money, it all comes together. We've got some family stuff going on there. Tim, you put together some family faith focus.
Yeah, it's from I just took again from the FLOM program.
From
that
the
we-
FLOM.
From the FLOM that we
The
use
family
for
FLOM.
for
Faith
the
FLOM.
children's liturgy,
Mhm.
which I need to get with we need to hang out, me and Sarah, and go over some other stuff to put in here because we just added some different resources that are so cool. Like the children in children's liturgy are getting a lot of really good stuff. Like, so this is just a couple of things that are in their handout, because a lot of times the handout gets crumpled up and it doesn't always make it home. So parents, if you want to discuss with your kids what's going on in children's liturgy, or if you're going to a different mass, just a couple of activities or conversation starters to help you engage your young person, your child, in their faith journey.
And are we going to send out stuff with Flocknote to families of the 1030 Children's Liturgy of the Word? I think we're going to make a group.
Yeah, I think we talked about that
Yeah.
last week a little bit. So yeah, so
They got their own little group.
you'll be
their
able to
little
find it
community.
in the bulletin. You'll be able to find it it'll be sent to you as well. So
Yeah.
there will hopefully what it will do is encourage you to engage in a discussion. Ask questions of your child so that they can really cement in those seeds that are planted at children's liturgy.
Yeah.
I think that's all that there is to say about that.
Good. So we're here this weekend with our Flocknote Sunday. We're trying for people to bring your phone to church. Does everybody here have a cell phone?
Mine's
Mine
charging.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
kind of-
we also just established too that it is the beginning of Catholic Schools Week too.
Mhm.
So 10:30 Mass will reflect our children from the school at the Mass also. So
Yes.
it'll be a lot of our flock here working and bringing revealing Jesus.
Yeah, all kinds of sheep, different sheep, big sheep, little sheep. So if you haven't figured out by now how to set up your phone for Flocknote, a whole one-page instructions that I wrote, scan the QR code or go to stjudechurch.flocknote.com. No need to download an app or type in www.
Quick PSA on scanning a QR code. It used to be, in the olden days, you had to download an app or have something special to read a QR code. Those days have since passed us by. All you have to do is turn on your camera and hold it over the QR code. And around the QR code, there will be a little box, and it will appear open in whatever your web browser is. You click that little yellow line that pops up open in, and it will then take you to Flocknote. So you don't have to download anything. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just camera over it. Click it, boom, you're there.
Yeah, and a lot of our QR codes are shortened because if you ever look at a QR code and think, wow, there's a lot of little boxes, it's because the more information that has to be encoded, the more complicated the QR code gets.
Yep.
So our stuff is usually short coded, which means it's going through a shortening, a URL shortener, so that it's easier to read. So if you see this, also now in our pew, we have stickers. Our stickers, you can just tap. If you have a newer phone, you can tap. Yeah, so it's really cool. You just tap your phone to it, and it'll pop up on the top. Do you want to go to this website? And that we're using through a tag system. So
And
it's
by
a little
tap, it really is just kind of hover over it. You don't have to like whack your phone against
yeah,
it.
I mean, it's literally, so you'll see
I'm
this.
just saying.
I mean, okay,
Bam.
you can see this like little QR code here.
Yeah.
So you just like make sure your phone is like on. Yeah, you don't have to like,
You just kind
you
of
have to
touch
get
it
pretty
to it.
close.
Yeah,
but
you have to
not-
touch it to it, but you don't like when I hear tap, I hear like you're
Right,
actually
you don't
hitting-
have to
you don't have
bang
to
your
hit your
phone.
phone on it.
Not a
Yeah, it's-
drumstick.
And then it takes
Yeah.
you to our mobile friendly website. So that's kind of new this weekend too. I don't even know if you guys realize your photos are on our mobile friendly website.
Oh look, there we are.
So now you can be,
Hey.
yeah.
Cool.
So these take you there because that gives you access to our prayer board, our mass times, our Flock Note giving, the Church Bulletin podcast that you're listening to right now. If you can't find it, you can tap in there. And then our CSA Plus, our confession schedule, our ready to register, and our learn more. And you get our nice mug shots.
You just said
Super.
something pretty
Well,
amazing.
Hold on a second.
So
Before
you're-
you turn the page,
okay.
let's finish the upcoming events because as a reminder to all of our confirmation students, one, you need to get your Satan sponsor stuff turned in. It's on the website for stjude.church. And if you have not made your retreat, it is coming up. There is a secondary one coming up next Saturday on the 3rd. So if you can't make that too, please get a hold of me ASAP because you have to have a
have
retreat.
to.
Have to have a confirmation.
The reason
retreat.
that it's called the secondary is because there already was an opportunity and it has since passed by. So essentially, this is it. So be there.
Yes. I
Be
have some
there
other
or
dates, but,
be
you know.
whatever. I don't know.
Square.
Square? Is that what you're saying? I don't know.
You're not allowed to call people squares anymore.
I was just going to say, crap, what's the new word?
Now we can turn the page.
Oh.
I
Okay,
know.
turning the page.
All right, this page, a lot of my stuff on here.
I was
too.
going to say, this is a father page. Go.
So, well, I can talk about the CSA a little bit.
Do
So,
it.
Catholic Services Appeal, this will be starting in February, but I want to make sure people are warmed up to it because guess what? February is like next week. I'm like, oh my
like
gosh.
for real.
Next
what hap-
Thursday.
Yeah, what
Amen,
happened in
amen. It is
January?
next week.
So, yeah, amen, amen. I say to you, CSA is coming soon and very soon. All right. So, the CSA is our
Soon
Catholic
and
Services Appeal. This year, the diocese is sending out a lot more information on it. I was part of a special committee to say we need to communicate better about the CSA. So, it'll break down how the CSA at the parish, the funds we raise in the parish, support our parish and support the diocese. All the diocesan services, including our Catholic schools, our faith formation, what we do with clergy. All those things, like when people are like, oh, annulments, well, that's all covered by, CSA, Catholic Charities, different things that we do that we need as a diocese. Those services, hence why it's called Catholic Services, are all covered by this, and along with other generous donations. So, this is really important, including all the communication tools of the diocese. So this is really an amazing fun. What's nice about St. Jude is we always reach our goal for the diocese as well as our own personal goal for the parish. So that's what the top is just kind of saying, the usual. But then we have a new thing that we're starting here called CSA Plus. So if you're a brand new giver or you've given in the past and you want to increase that by at least 10%,
What does that
or
look like?
more.
Number? Is that a lot or it's like, or is it not that much?
if we increase by 10%.
Yeah, like what's like a number, an
So
example?
right now we bring in around $200,000,
Okay.
and we were $20,000 short of what we needed to be.
Mhm.
So 10% of 200,000 happens to be
Don't look at me.
Maybe.
$20,000.
$20,000, yeah.
So hopefully we'll make up our thing there as well, but also then any new giver. So what's nice is new donor, new dollar, all stays in the parish.
That's nice.
That's amazing. 100% of these new contributions, as well as the increase, all stays in the parish 100%. So that's beautiful in terms of actually fundraising. And we know we love fundraising with the car and other things here, but there's nothing like getting $1 for every dollar donated. Like when you sell hoagies or something, you're getting like 50 cents per dollar or like 30 cents per dollar. So it'd be a lot of hoagies or hot dogs or whatever we're selling. So anyway, this is every new donor, new dollar stays in the parish. So we're excited about that. So it's going to be really fun. And we're going to acknowledge our new and increasing donors through a couple special events, which is always fun to plan events. And so I don't know if anybody else wants to talk about Celebrate Recovery on the next page.
We're looking at Nick.
I was gonna say our like liaison leader of awesomeness,
Yeah, talk
Nick.
to us about
yeah,
CR,
tell us
a
about
Christ Center.
this is
Recovery
probably.
program.
I'm just gonna say. I mean, like it's kind of. I mean, I help with the music, but like, more or less an outsider looking in. This is probably the most detailed description
can
of
get.
CR that we've put out into the
Yeah.
world. So this is big. So what's going on, Nick?
So the bulletin that was put together in this particular page shows a much better description of what Celebrate Recovery is. A lot of people, as Father mentioned earlier in one of our staff meetings this week, that there's still a bit of a misconception on what it actually is. It's not just a Christ-centered AA program or NA, Narcotics Anonymous program. It is literally for all people with hurts, habits, and hangups. And so when you look at this page, it essentially has a list of different hurts, habits, and hangups. Things like betrayal, abandonment, right? Abuse. Then you have things like, outside of alcohol and drugs, eating disorders, gossip, gambling, like some very common things that actually hurt us more than we realize, and others. You have certain hangups, anger, right? Anxiety, depression, a lot of these common things that we might just pass off as like, oh, that's just how life is. But this is actually designed to then help you walk with others and then walk with Christ to make sure that you are living the fullest life you can. But yeah, so if you want to look at the page to just get a better understanding, there's no sense of me reiterating the entire list, but those are genuinely what it's designed for. It's not just for substance abuse,
Right.
And to dive into the scripture with it, but it indeed does that, right? The Beatitudes in scripture are tied to all the 12 steps and certain attributes and characteristics that we are supposed to have in this recovery journey.
Yeah, and what's nice too is this is open to all Christians, really.
Yeah,
because
all
it is
people. You don't even
Christ-centered.
have to be Christian.
Right, but I mean, your higher power. We're
Yeah.
inviting you to make Christ your higher power.
Absolutely.
If Jesus isn't already that.
I'm
So,
saying as a start. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I guess, you're right. It's open to everybody, but this is why we really just believe, this is the power of Jesus, and we're trying to live that in our community. And this program just helps us do that.
Well, and some of the things, I was looking at the list and I was like, oh, some of these things, I've struggled with my whole life. Like procrastination has always been a problem for me. People pleasing has always been a thing. But then I was even thinking of coming out of COVID. We're still transitioning out of that lifestyle. And I realized that before COVID, it wasn't an issue. But after, I've noticed isolation. Like I definitely do that way more than I did before, because I got used to kind of, well, there are bigger problems in the world. I will keep this to myself, or I'll deal with something on my own, and that's not healthy, So that's one thing I could be like, hey, Celebrate Recovery. I need community in this. So
Right.
just take a look at it, and don't. This isn't a shaming thing for you to look at. I mean, shaming is one of the things, but look at this, and if you are if there's something that pops off this list for you that just wow. That's me. There's a bunch of other people at Celebrate Recovery who are walking the same road as you. So
Yeah,
if
it's
you need some,
extremely confidential.
Absolutely.
And it's free and all that good stuff.
absolutely. So
we have people who want to support just that program.
and
so
as far as I understand, you don't have to admit to what your hurt, habit, and hang up is necessarily at CR if you don't want to, right?
No, whenever you're ready.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the
Yeah.
thing. You can just be present and be made. People
It's
can
not
be
an
present to you.
exhaustive list either, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
right. So, yeah, no, I think it's gonna be good, because
Yeah.
too many people were like, "Oh, I go to AA, or I've done this." Or okay, well, I get that, but we need to spend some time healing. St. Jude is a place of hope. Okay, as we reveal Jesus. So some fun stuff coming up this week. Obviously, I put the announcement in there about St. Patrick's Day being moved as our patron feast. So I tried to use the powers that be to have the bishop move it to a Friday during Lent. As sometimes it falls on a Friday, so we can only meet on Fridays. But apparently he moved it to Monday, so which makes more sense. And I'm not the bishop, so. But if I were the bishop, I would have moved it to Friday and said, let them eat. Rubens or whatever,
Yeah.
probably.
Corned beef and cabbage. I
Yeah.
guess.
So permanent deacons, anybody gonna think about becoming a permanent deacon? I'm a deacon,
You are.
You
But-
are.
but I'm also a priest. So, it's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The info meeting was pretty awesome. There were people, there were men and groups from all over the diocese. I think actually was there anyone from the Western Vicariate?
I don't,
don't remember.
out west is strange. We had a lot from the west early on,
Yeah.
and it's harder though sometimes because again the commitment here in Erie. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
But it was cool.
you know.
It was cool to see people from the Warren area, and then
If you've
out on
ever
the
thought
west
about
side
it,
and the east side, and it was
Yeah.
cool. It was good.
if you've ever thought about it, come have a conversation with one of us. Definitely put you, together. There's some retreats. Ash Wednesday. our friends over at Our Lady of Mercy are having a spaghetti dinner. I believe if you're a listener to our podcast, you get in for $13. It's a special price for podcast listeners. So make sure you take advantage of that discount. Tell them,
Tell them Father Ross sent
yeah,
you.
it was 15, I swear. Then they get $2 off.
Oh,
No, so
boy.
it's $13. It must be. I mean, what kind of cheap spaghetti is this? $13. You know, I would be charging
tell you.
20.
Oh, I
So,
know.
you know.
I know.
$8 for half. I'm gonna see if I can get a discount. If there's a priest discount. All right. Please purchase by January.
Let us know,
28th.
Father
Wow.
Matt, if there's a priest
I
discount.
do like
for
spaghetti
Father
and
Ross.
meatballs. Actually, I'm kind of thinking that's what we're having for dinner. Anybody? We'll call
So,
Valerian.
and then we
All
have
right.
the.
Lock it there.
If you
Yeah.
already have plans for the big game, or you want to move your big game plans
call it
to
what it is.
Saint, I'm going to
Okay.
the Supper Bowl Family Chili Big Game Potluck Party.
Yes.
Enough said. I'm just kidding. But the
football
we're gonna have
looks
a
like
we're gonna have
chocolate.
we're gonna have
Doesn't
a
it look
we're,
like
it does look
chocolate?
like a
Yeah.
fake football.
It's
We're gonna have a
just
chili
not like
cook-off.
football.
We're also gonna have wings and pizza. It's gonna be awesome. So come hang out, watch the game, have some fellowship and a good
French
time.
And some people are saying, "Where are you getting your wings from?" Guess what? We're not. We are literally making our own wings
Yeah.
in our deep fryer.
So we're oh, I was like, where like
I'm
where are the
growing
wing-
the chickens.
I was gonna say,
right
are we
now.
slaughtering the
Yes.
chickens? All right.
You do know you get 4 wings per chicken.
That yeah.
because
I've done it
Yeah.
before. I've slaughtered chickens. I'm all about it.
Wings.
well, because there's
Best chicken I have ever
parts
had
times
is-
two.
is-
no,
yeah.
well, no. I mean, because the wing, there's 2 parts to that wing,
Oh, I'm with
and the third part, the third part is the part we throw away normally.
Very tendony.
Yes.
Well, we have the men's ministry the 12th coming up. Sarah already mentioned Catholic Schools Week, so
Yes.
that's coming up. We have the open house as well for St. Jude's School, so please sign up for that if you're interested in checking out our
And
amazing
here's the
school.
thing: I need to explain to some people.
Do it.
At one point, there was a thing where if a classroom at a particular school of your choice was filled, they were asking you to go to another school, another Catholic school. But I heard that has been rescinded as a stupid idea. So basically, St. Jude, if you want to go to St. Jude's school, because it's the best out of the 6 Catholic schools. I'm not allowed to
Absolutely.
say that, but I'm just quoting someone else. One of the
From a friend.
from a friend, as
Yeah.
someone telling for a friend or whatever. So you can go to St. Jude School if you want to go to St. Jude School.
Yep.
And again, I see their schools. I think they're great. They're doing a good job. But there's something about our school here and the community that we're working on. And I know Holly works really hard with this and the teachers. It's a great school.
You said that, and you got a thumbs up on the.
Did I get a thumbs
You got
up?
a thumbs up. Well done.
I still
It's
do
a
not
great
know.
school. I'm like, is it word triggered? Like, I don't know how
I
it
don't
does
know
it.
how this system.
Well, last but not least, half the spots are taken for Catholic Heart Work Camp. So if you are an incoming 8th grader, meaning you'll be in 9th grade this upcoming fall, or in high school, please get in touch with me or Nick to sign up for Catholic Heart Work Camp. So that's going to be an amazing experience. And then for the men and the women, we have our men's and women's conference coming up. So details in the bulletin. Check that out.
Is it always she said yes or something for women's conferences?
I don't know.
I think they add something different each year.
We did not. We
I-
did not
So I
make
don't
it up.
remember that.
I feel like it's always a yes message for women. And men's conference are always about say no. Say no to all those bad things you're doing. And the women's one's like, say yes to all the good things. It's like that's just how they always.
It seems to be yes.
There you have it. You just went to both conferences.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
no,
Welcome.
yes
So please send in your registration fee to
to us.
the Church Bulletin Podcast, care of St. Jude the Apostle Parish, 2001 West 6th Street. Be happy to take your donation.
Another big shout out to our wonderful maintenance crew because they're both in the church working right now.
Mm-hmm.
Diana is here today and working, and Tom was walking around trying to find something to fix.
Yeah, but look,
I think,
see that
but
glove? That glove has been under that pew for like
I've been
6
looking at it
months.
this whole time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So
there's
we'll
a-
see if they ever find it.
yeah.
It's like a game.
Also, I
Anyways.
want to just point out, just so I am wearing my new Bills sweatshirt that I got to wear to the Super Bowl party.
Too
I
soon.
was hoping so if I somehow single-handedly jinxed the Bills, I apologize.
I don't think so.
to all Bills fans.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Jenna,
Have a great
we
week.
Forgive you.
Absolutely. Well, you're ready for next year. It's gonna
I'm
be a
ready.
great year. It's gonna be great. All right. Thank you all. Have a good day. Night. Whenever you're watching.
Week.